Okay. And I believe we should be live. Hello, all newcomers, and welcome back, my fellow Eternians. As always, it's me, Emperor AP, and today we are going to be hanging out and talking about the Empire of Aeternia, its growth, what you can do to help, and what obstacles we've faced along the way. We have been constantly trying to grow and develop for the past 7 years now, and we're going to talk today a little bit about the entire process of that, what that's looked like, where we're at today, and what our plans are for moving beyond it. So, as always, thank you all so much for watching, being here with us, and trying to support the channel. If you really want to help out, you can go ahead and join our Patreon. We have the newcomers tier right now, which is only $1 a month or $12 a year. If you wanted to become a part of the Empire of Aeternia, actually get involved with our community, that meets the requirements for taxing for citizenship, so that's got you covered right there. But even if you're not wanting to be a citizen, if you have your own country you're leading, or even if you're just a casual viewer and you want to see us continue to grow, that is a great way to help supplement our economy. That all being the case, and it gets you new videos before everybody else. We're about to drop one tomorrow, actually, for our 2 patrons, and then it'll go out for everybody else on Saturday. So excited to be dropping that one. It'll be an RV update, which is going to be a big part of today's discussion in how we're actually trying to get out to Vitae, our capital territory, this thing that we've had for over a year that has been the prime excitement for Aeternia, our focused, feverish goal that we are trying to accomplish, and yet we have been stuck away from it, unable to develop it, running out of funds, not being able to build the proper driveway that we need to get out there. And we're about to be talking about how we're starting to overcome those things and starting to get out there, and it all hinges on that driveway and that RV. But real quick, let me go ahead and share the stream with everybody. I hope you guys are enjoying it. If you are, definitely share the love and let people know that we're here. But Republic of Unity, it's great to see you. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. And if you can, make sure to like the video. Let me know how the music is and everything. We're hanging out, jamming to some free for profit Pink. As always, thank you guys for checking us out and for supporting them as well. What I'm going to go ahead and do is share to our Discord. If you guys aren't a part of our Discord already, you definitely should be, because it is the place to be to get updated for stuff like this when your YouTube notifications don't always show you stuff. It helps out a ton. So I'm going to go ahead and blow up the general chat with the stream. And there we go. Hey, so if anybody wants to join us, it is on there for sure. Also, I hope we don't still have the monarchies thumbnail up. If we do, let me know. But that should be one that says growing our empire, because that's what we're talking about today. Again, for years now, we have been trying to get to a point where Aeternia has the ability to plop down its roots, start to develop a place for citizens to become residents, and to develop their lives in the Empire of Aeternia and feel like the Empire is actually fulfilling deep set needs in them. The goal of our Empire, of course, is to be able to provide for people, and is to be able to be a foundation for which people can build their lives and grow and feel successful and feel confident. There's so many things in the world that keep us feeling insecure and feeling uncertain about the future. Those things like, you know, where our next meal is going to come from, you know, our housing situation. The economic opportunities, maybe, you know, job security, things like that. Even just the culture that you live in. You know, if you feel like it's very hard for you to express yourself because everybody around you thinks one particular type of way, and you have new ideas and things you want to share and you don't feel supported in those, we want to be a safe haven for all of that. We want to be a place that people want to grow and develop their dreams. And so that being the case, we have to have a place to do that. We're no better than anybody else if we can't at least offer a space for people to work in, let alone to live in. And so right now, that's the very beginnings of what we're doing. We purchase this property, and a lot of micronationalists think, oh, once you go ahead and purchase property, that's going to be it. You're set in stone. You're ready to go. You have something of all this value, and so you can go ahead and develop it, and you're off to the races. But depending on the property you buy, that's not always the case. If you're buying a well-developed, fully ready property, then you're going to be dealing with a lot of money on the front end. So that may extend how long it takes you to get that property, years and years and years. Whereas on the other hand, if you get something very quickly and you, like we did, to try to develop on, it may take you a long time to slowly build up the assets to make it something worthwhile for people to come to and to work on themselves. So that being the case, there is a lot that goes into developing this, but the first issue is the driveway. Now, one of the things that I am so excited to be talking to you guys about tonight is the fact that we have been able to get approved for our driveway for Vitae. So we have not started construction on the driveway yet. We still have to contact the local government there in the U.S., the surrounding U.S. where we're at, and we're going to have to say, hey, we need to know where we can purchase the specific type of culvert that we were approved for. We were approved for a concrete culvert, so we're going to have to purchase that. We should be able to transport that ourselves, but if not, we may end up having to pay for transportation. But if we can purchase and transport that ourselves, we're going to do so, place it at Vitae, and then we have to give them a specific notice and a window of when we're going to actually be constructing this driveway, because they have to give final approval for it to be connected to the road. That's what we just got. We just got the go-ahead that they're saying, okay, it's legal, we have approved you to connect that property to the public road there in Alabama. So now what we have to do is actually start on that construction. We have to pay for all the materials, and we have to get people out there who are going to volunteer to help us build it. And that is literally the road to our development. It is an ability for us to start to park vehicles out there, which means bringing larger loads of equipment out there, which means making it safer to access Vitae so more people are able to access Vitae. Right now, we have been driving off of the side of the road and having to have kind of a makeshift setup that we've had to have a semi-structured driveway without following any of the proper necessary regulations. So in order for drainage to work properly, in order for us to develop along with the area that we're developing in, we have to have that driveway. And so we really want people to be able to come out and see us. We've gotten asked, even on a recent interview that I did, about if people can come and visit Vitae. And so this is the first step to that. We're actually getting approved and have gotten approved for that construction. So all we have to do is purchase the materials and contact the local government to say that we're doing it. We're off to the races there. That's still a good bit of money that we have to build up. So that's going to take us some time, but we're on the way there. Next thing is then, what do we do out there? If you've seen some of our previous videos on developing Vitae, there have been two primary goals we've been working on and have had other people actually come and help us with. The first of those is developing our first dwelling. Now, dwellings are going to be the things that people live in Vitae. These are going to, of course, adapt with time and get better as our construction materials get better, as our construction methods get better, and of course, as our economy improves. We want to give people the highest quality living standard we can, and so we want to make sure that their housing improves as we do. So, that being the case, as of right now, we have been struggling with developing that. We have gotten a lot of pallet wood, free pallet wood that we've been able to disassemble and start to construct, along with some large fence posts that were donated to us to be able to actually use as a foundation and structure for this building. So very similar to a shed. So far we have gotten these large fence posts, stuck them in the ground, poured concrete around them to hold them in as a nice solid foundation, and then we have started applying all of this pallet wood to the outside to build up the walls. We have 2 out of 4 of those walls done, so we are going to be continuing on with that next time we go out. But then the other thing we've been trying to do is start with a garden. We tried right at the end of the summer this last year, and it didn't really pan out too well for us. We got a little bit of sprouting happening from the 4 or 5 different types of vegetables that we planted, but nothing really took hold like we needed it to, and so we just kind of had this fall off where now it's, November, and we haven't been able to go and check on them really, and so we don't think they're going to produce much for us this time around. But that means we have a great and fresh start for next time. So once the spring starts peaking up, once we're looking at, about February or so, it's still going to be really chilly here, but we will be able to start planting our seeds indoors in little small pots and getting them germinating, getting them growing for whatever we want to plant out there at Vitae. So that way, when March middle of March comes around, maybe late March, we can start actually planting those out at Vitae, retilling the ground, replanting, and trying again for that nice, beautiful garden. That way, maybe by this time, not this time, by the end of the summer, talking July, August, maybe even into September, we will be reaping the rewards of that, actually harvesting our fruits and veggies, and starting to be able to supply that as something that is beneficial for people. So again, those things, huge headaches, huge problems that come into work when you're talking about developing a country, when you're talking about trying to build a community of people who rely on each other and have something of value that they can put their time and effort into. We all want to be able to breathe a little easier every day. We all want to be able to have a safety net, a support network, a community around us. And so if you don't have anywhere to put your time and resources that can increase that value for you, that can give you back something to make you feel a little bit better, if the community that you're a part of can't supplement the things that you're missing, then it's not a very practical community for you to spend your time and efforts in. Excuse me, we are getting an ad right now. Let me go ahead and skip that so we can move on to the next song. So that's the biggest thing to really think about for us, is that we are going through this process where we're trying to provide value for our citizens and for those people who are eager to become residents of Aeternia eventually. And so we're trying to bring together this community, and right now we're doing it online with all of you. You guys, you are teaching us as other micronations. You are inspiring us with everything you do, and also you are talking to us about your problems, and you're helping us to understand what it is that people are going to want out of our community. Because whether you're a micronationalist who sees Aeternia doing stuff and says, hey, I want to try and figure out how to do that, or whether you're somebody who's watching us and going, man, I just need a place to live. Man, I want something of my own, something that people can't just take away from me, that I can't be, that I feel supported in. Those things take time, and it's a lot to ask of one small group. So that's why we're trying to build, that's why we're trying to grow, and why we're trying to meet that goal and eventually say, hey, you know what, we are capable of that. That's entirely possible for us, and it's something that we're actively going about achieving. Again, not going to be something easy, probably never going to be something easy, but something that has always absolutely been worth it. So that's just something for us to really think about, as we continue to develop. Where is it that we're going with all of this? And is this the most efficient way of going about it? Excuse me, I wanted to change my fan speed here real quick. Make sure that as we keep going, we are getting enough fan to cool down my computer so we don't have any stream delays or issues. Let me know if we do over there, guys. VRIA asked, first off, Republic of Unity said, I hear you quite fine. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And again, good to see you here. If you guys have any questions, throw them down in the chat. VRIA says, do you have a native conlang? We do not have our own independent, unique language. I think that it's cool that a lot of micronations do, but because we are trying to develop this real world community as quickly as possible, we're really trying to make it as accessible for people as possible. And I think on top of the strangeness of micronationalism, asking someone to accept the concept and even support, go out and put their name on a project that is trying to develop a country is a very, very tough thing to ask. And so going above that to say, and not only that, but it is this very odd alien concept to you. It's this thing where you're going to come into a community that already you don't have a prior conception of at all. You don't understand that it exists. Now you're learning that this entire country exists, and on top of that, you need to learn its language in order to be a part of it. Well, if that country's in your backyard, maybe it's easy enough for you to start to learn its language. If there's a group in your community that you can walk to every day and talk to in this language, maybe that works. But for a lot of people who are going to have jobs and who are going to have other things that they have to do until they can actually become residents and go ahead and live in Aeternia and start working as Aeternians, people can't go 0 to 100. So for those people, as that is going to be the bulk of our community for a long time, we really have to be able to get people understanding the ideas that we're talking about and trying to be able to help with the projects that we're working on when they have time to commit to them. So that being the case, we do not have a conlang. That would be cool to have, and for those ambitious enough to take it on, I am absolutely stunned and impressed by you. We, again, didn't do it because of the sake of accessibility for others, but if you have a niche enough community that you feel you can do that, and if you have people dedicated enough to keep up that language for years, to develop it, it can become a super binding and strong part of your culture, because you do have these people who are talking to each other and people don't understand what they're saying, and the only way to do it, the only way to understand it, is to become a part of the community. And so that makes it a very cut and dry choice for someone as to if they see the value in that. It is a large test of who's worthy of joining your nation. But for us, again, we want to try and lower the bar to entry as much as possible. There are a lot of nations, for example, who charge quite a bit of money for citizenship. That's why I was saying at the beginning of the video, we have a Patreon where the newcomers tier, the very first one, $1 a month, which isn't even $1 that we get a month. It's like $1 a month that you pay, and then we get like 60 cents or something. But that gets you citizenship in the Empire of Aeternia. It's just a few dollars that you can give to us every year that helps us to do a lot, that may buy seeds for our garden at Vitae, may help us to save up and buy a piece of wood to help repair the RV, doing all that sort of stuff. So that helps a ton, and you really are, helping us to develop in that way. So that bar to entry we want to keep low as well. Our taxation, our recruitment of citizens, we want to make sure that that is as open to as many people as want to be a part of it as possible. But that being the case, moving forward to what we do, we get this driveway, right? We have this ability to go out to Vitae and say, hey, we're staking our claim. We're out here now. We're doing it. This is the year for Aeternia. This is the year for Vitae. We're creating our capital. We're going to start developing tourism. We're going to do all these amazing things. Cool. What does that entail exactly? How are you going to go from there's nothing out there right now, there's no electricity, there's no water, there's no building out there completed? What happens? How do you start that? Well, ideally you would have something that you could put out on this territory that would be ready to go. Maybe not perfectly, but something that has all of the necessities to keep a person alive and relatively comfortable out there while you continue to develop the space. And sure, you would think, oh, if something could just plop into your lap like that, that's great. But how do you do that? How do you get something that's going to have water and electricity and all these different things? Well, it doesn't come easy. You're probably going to have to make a mishmash of things. For somebody looking at that problem, you're thinking, wow, I have to suddenly create everything for a person's life. Purchasing and developing a home for somebody, building a house, putting the plumbing in, putting the wiring in, super expensive. Fortunately, we have an RV. Last year we were donated, I say donated, we had to pay $100 for it. It was very cheap as far as RVs go, but absolutely you get what you pay for type of situation. Basically donated to us RV that we received in order to effectively continue to build it up. It was something that was sitting out, in the weather, getting destroyed, having holes in the roof, getting mold in it, getting, pests in it, and falling apart. And so the owner of it just said, yeah, hey, if you want this, you can have it. I really don't have anything I can do with it. And so since then, we have been building it up, trying to get it, one, functional to drive, which will be a whole thing in and of itself that we haven't been able to even really start to tackle yet. And then before that, trying to make it something that is actually a completely closed off shelter. Because everything else in this RV works, besides the fact that it has messed up tires, again, can't really run too well. It has turned over for us before, but that's completely different from being able to drive it down the street. And then as well, going into the holes in the roof and all this stuff, it's horrible, So we don't have that, or I should say we didn't have that as any additional benefit to our empire, right? We had gained this thing that should be incredibly valuable to us, just like the land, just like Vitae, but it was a project in disguise. It was something that you had to put higher and higher value into and put more and more effort into to increase its value. And so we have been spinning our heads trying to figure out how to do that for the longest time, where we would try and try and try and fail and fail and fail, specifically with trying to get these holes patched in the roof. We thought that the actual structure of the roof was fine. It was just that the tarp on the top of it, effectively the layer on top was punctured. There's like a rubberized layer on top, and we just thought, oh well, that layer is punctured, it's filling with water, it's getting everywhere, and it's dripping. So we patched those holes. We used like some Flex Seal, some rubberized coating to try and smooth that over and make it good. Didn't work at all. Every time there'd be a new rainstorm, every time there'd be something, it would rip and open. Water would collect and build because the actual shape of the roof was damaged, and so water would pool up and binge the shape of the roof until it piled that water heavy enough to pop a new hole in the roof, and then all the water would flow down into the RV and destroy it again and make it worse off than when we started. So what we had to do was to sit there and work on it and work on it and work on it and build it up. And just now, just over the last 2.5 weeks, have we really, I say 2 weeks, have we really been able to start making final improvements on it. So we actually were able to re-level the roof, make it to where all the pieces were at the same height, so that way that water doesn't collect like it does, and then on top of that to actually go and seal the roof and make it to where it's watertight. And we actually tested that. Again, we're putting out that video for our patrons tomorrow if you want to go and check it out. Links in the description for our Patreon to get access to that early. But as well, in doing that, we ended up in a pretty big situation. Excuse me one second, everybody. One second, Keith. BRB. Gosh golly goodness. Hey everybody, sorry about that. Let me crank it. Okay. Gosh golly goodness. Hey everybody, sorry about that. Tiff was coming to tell me good news about one of her homeworks. I am super proud of her. She's killing it. But okay, we have multiple people jumping in. Thank you guys for hanging out and for sticking with me while I was on that break for a second. Republic of Noblestan official says hello. Hey Noblestan, good to see you as always. Unity said you need heirloom plants. That is true. We want to get some heirloom tomatoes started out there, but of course we wanted to do some hardier stuff as well. We were going with some things that are fairly easy, but yeah, you're right, aren't really heirloom plants. We went with, I think, onion, like green onion, cucumbers, carrots, maybe like celery, kale, lettuce, couple other things I think. But yeah, we tried a whole bunch of stuff that's easy to grow, but again, we just weren't able to tend to it, unfortunately. Real quick, let me jump onto a couple others. Pysili says hello. Hey Pysili, good to see you as always. Pysili's actually been in our Discord for quite a bit, which has been cool to see their development as well as, on other platforms and stuff. Super cool. Appreciate you guys hanging out here and on the Discord. Real quick, people jumped in on the background music. Yeah, I appreciate it. I'm trying to hype the streams again. It was a thing where any of you who are Aeternia fans who have been around for a minute will know that we used to do live streams like this and have a lot of people in them and play games together and do stuff like that. And for a long time we didn't have great internet access, and so that became nearly impossible to do. And now we have significantly better internet access, so we have been able to improve that significantly, and I appreciate you guys being here through it. We have, in having to sacrifice that, have actually learned a lot about development and about what our abilities are in continuing forward. And so we switched to edited videos, and then we've gotten a lot of people who have enjoyed our edited videos and have come here specifically for the edited videos, which is awesome as well. And so now we're trying to bring back that live stream audience and kind of have a nice mixture so that we can grow really quickly, because again, there's so many people who left or who stopped watching as much because I think they really wanted that live stream content, and then we built this whole new audience based around more of our edited videos, and now we're doing this crazy back and forth where it's like, are they doing edited, are they doing edited content, are they doing live stream content, what's going on? And so I want to really bring a good mix of both, where the people who are coming here for the edited content can get that and they can hang out, and they get there one every 2 weeks, something like that, as we can, improving the quality every time, trying to get bigger, trying to get better. And then also people who want to hang out and want to talk to us and ask us questions about the Empire of Aeternia, about what it's like day to day going through this. That's what I want to be here for as well. There was so much amazing community here from just the conversation, the education, in the initial few years that we started Aeternia, really hanging out on these live streams and talking through ideas and trying to see what other people's interests are, how they've been trying to do things, being able to show you guys actual proof of that during the live streams. One of the things that's nice about doing these kind of live streams is I can actually hang out with everybody on our Discord. So we can eventually start doing streams again like we had, where we have people hanging out in the Discord chat, maybe talking to us, sharing images and stuff like that of what they've been up to and their adventures in micronationalism, and really get a sense for the pulse of the community. When we're doing videos, it is really Aeternia centered, and it is really focused on what our plan is, what our vision is, what our experience is. And sometimes that's through a very fanciful lens. You know, it's not always what people want out of micronational videos. A lot of the time we're trying to appeal to what we're interested in and having fun and in being silly and in explaining these crazy concepts like, hey, we're trying to develop these solar panels, and hey, we're trying to repair this RV, and we're trying to, you know, just create a metal melting business, and we're trying to do all this stuff. How do you convey that in one little simple package, you know? So we're doing it in a crazy and fun way. We're, you know, showing these videos, we're doing these melts, and we're having citizens come by and do melts with us. We're showing, you know, the experience of getting to meet some of our citizens for the first time. We're showing these experiences of, you know, trying to encapsulate these as memories in the history of our country. And in doing all of that, we are doing it in these edited videos in a very fanciful lens, in a very silly way, and in a silly cinematic way almost is what we're trying to go for. But then you look at our live streams, and our live streams, I think, are sometimes what people in the micronational community are really craving, where it's this direct interaction. It's this thing that is more raw, more unfiltered, more direct to the point, where somebody can say, hey, I've been trying to do this thing for 3 weeks and I have no clue how to do it, and nobody will really tell me a good answer, and everybody says that my ideas on it are bad. What can I do? How can I change this? And there's somebody right there in the camera on the live stream saying, hey, I've been through a similar thing, let me walk you through it. Calm down, no worries, we're gonna build this thing together, we're gonna get you through it. Your nation will survive, it'll be okay, let's keep progressing forward. And it really brings an entire different passion to micronationalism, because not only do you have your own spirits, your own drives, like in those edited videos where we're showing you all of this thing from our lens and our view and the reasons that we're out there every day, and changing that to, on top of that, we also have this whole community behind us. We have all these people who care about us and keep pushing forward and keep saying, hey, I'm on the same struggle with you. I've been doing that. I had hard times. We talked about it last week. You've had hard times this week. We're going to get through it together. We're going to be able to support each other. And it's also a great way to just hype each other's social media too. Jumping on a live stream like this and being like, hey, we've got this person in the chat, and we've got this person in the chat, and hey, they just did something cool on their Instagram. Hey, have you checked out our Instagram? Stuff like that. It helps us to grow. It's networking, it's collaboration. And so I think a lot of people really do miss these live streams. The only thing that sucks about it is that people who want the nice edited content go, this stuff sucks. You know, is sitting for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours watching a playback of a live stream doesn't always feel as satisfying. So I'm going to try and cut the live streams up into little nice tidbits for shorts and things like that when I can. But a lot of stuff's going to slip through the cracks, I'm sure. If anybody ever wants to help us out with that would be a great help. If you could actually edit our stuff into our live streams, especially this long form content that we have, into shorts for us to be able to post, that would be a huge thing. But so trying to like organize all of our content has been another big task of ours. But those are kind of the pillars of what we're trying to do to fully develop Vitae. And you may notice some of those things are not directly involved with Vitae, in the sense that, you know, if someone were to ask you, how do you build a capital city? You know, you would say, oh, well, you're going to need to build the roads, and you're going to need to build the buildings, and you're going to need to build the businesses, and you're going to need to build the electrical utilities and the water utilities and all these things, the sewage system. Yeah, 100%. You do. You have to build all of those things. You have to develop all of those things. But that's not linear necessarily. You don't have the money all right away to do everything. And even if you did, your civilization, your community is not going to be the same from when you initially plan and start building to by the time you have, you know, 10, 20, 100 people living there. It's going to look vastly different. All of those people have their own individual inputs, and so it'd be silly for you to try and build the community that everybody's going to live in just from scratch and say, oh, okay, jump in, it's fine, just go ahead and be here, and that's your building, and you go and take it, and you do what you want, and that's Jim's building over there. No, people are going to come in, they're going to tell you, hey, this is the thing that I need from you, this is the thing that you can provide for me, this is the thing that I can help you out with. And that's how you start to move forward, how you start to build that community together. So a lot of it actually is about things outside of direct development, things like getting funding, which YouTube helps us with. You guys supporting and watching right now means that we are slowly ticking up in watch time hours to try to hit 4,000 so we can start to monetize the advertisements on our videos. If you guys have ever seen an ad on an Aeternia video, no, we get no money from that. None at all. YouTube takes 100% of it until we hit 4,000 watch time hours per year. So even though we have 2,000 something subscribers, you may think, oh, they're monetized already. We're not. So we're trying to push for that. We have had other opportunities like Vitae that have put that to the side, and again, dealing with our live stream difficulties have made that an even bigger issue. Again, we got a lot of our watch time previously on live streams, and so looking at those changes and those problems that have occurred for us and how we're slowly undoing those knots and fixing those problems over time, I think is something that's worthy of a discussion here tonight. The fact that for years we had been doing this live stream type of content, then had to radically shift into edited content, into making higher quality videos to be able to continue to survive and grow at a decent rate, and now trying to jump back into the live streaming in order to boost our funding and really get us a lot of support is wild. It's we've done a full 360. We did a 180 and then another 180 right back to back. In the span of this Micronations development. You know what I mean? We're 7 years old, and for people starting out a micronation or who've had one for a month or a year, that seems like a ton. You should have so much time to develop and do things. But when you look at the length of time of a country's development, potentially hundreds of years, it's the blink. We're still in infancy. So 100% as we continue to move forward, I'm going to change it. This is kind of extreme for this discussion, don't you think? This particular jam was going a little harder than I wanted. So yep, we're gonna not be in that right now, but we will try this one, and we will mute that and hang out. So that being the case, that's again really huge for us, trying to be able to undo all of these knots, trying to fix each of these problems, and now starting to do it. Again, tomorrow's video that we're posting for our patrons tomorrow morning, and then for everybody else on Saturday, definitely make sure to check it out and get your notifications ready for it. Turn on all notifications on YouTube here if you can to help us out, and so you can make sure you see that video. We're going to be going through exactly how we patched up that RV. It's not a super long video right now. I think it's like 3.5 minutes. May get a little bit longer, but we're really trying to focus on the quality of the video and trying to show you exactly what we're doing without a lot of fluff. So that video is going to come out. That's showing what we've done up to this point, and now we're starting to push beyond that. So our next videos on that topic are going to be actually about trying to start cleaning out the RV, making it more livable. Now we have this thing that is actually a full container that is sealed, so we have a roof over our heads, quite literally. That's value now. Now that is something that we can use. Before, it was this thing that we technically owned, but is effectively a large lawn sculpture because we can't do anything with it. We can't utilize it for our nation because it's broken. Now we have repaired part of it that makes it so valuable, and so we have acquired something that we can develop with. We have turned something that was a piece of junk into a tool. So we can take those tools and apply them to the things that we need to. What particularly we're going to be dealing with tonight for that is talking about that RV and talking about the development of Aeternia, and specifically of Vitae. Oh gosh, these are all like such crunchy beats. What's up with this? Can we get the chill beat, please? There we go. Okay. Slightly chill beat. Okay. So those ideas in and of themselves are the things that we're really trying to push for. I don't know. Nah, these aren't hitting for me. These aren't the things that I want. Let's try this one out. And there was an ad instantly. So all of these are so crunchy. Let me try for profit lo-fi. Sorry, I'm trying to curate our music while we're hanging out here. Um, okay. Hope that works for you guys. Let me double check my stream settings to make sure I'm not blowing anybody's ears out. Okay, it looks like I'm alright. If I, oop, that looks like it might be getting a little loud. Yep, I'm gonna go ahead and quiet that down quite a bit. Sorry, everybody. Okay, up, and are we good everywhere else? Looks like it. Okay, so, that being the case, what we're trying to deal with right now is getting that out at Vitae, and developing that RV is of crucial importance. When we're doing that, we've now had the roof built. We're now going inside and actually cleaning it out from all the weather damage that it had. So that means getting rid of pests, which we've already actually started doing, removing the mold out of there, which is a biohazard. We literally have gas masks that were not gas masks, respirators that we're using to clean the RV, and so that'll be something that you see not in this video but in the following video, where we're actually doing that, because we're scraping mold spores out of the carpet and it's disgusting, and spraying bleach in there and stuff, and doing things that are hazardous to our health. So we're trying to protect ourselves as best we can while continuing to upgrade the inside, because now that it's a sealed container, we can start to decorate in there. We can start to, do a lot of the stuff that we have been wanting to. We had actually disassembled a lot of the old furniture and things like that in there, one, to get rid of it so that it wasn't extra cloth that was soaking up all this moisture and making it even more gross and, of a biological hazard than it already was. So we did that even prior to fixing the leak. But now that we fixed the leaky roof, we are able to start making the inside more homey, so we can start to develop it potentially as a set for future videos, for us to be able to have, stuff like this set up permanently for edited videos, maybe even for these live streams, and to continue to curate our backgrounds a little bit better. We can also use that to start, again, developing for preparation to go out to Vitae, so maybe making it into a little workshop with a small bed in it. So that way we have a situation where, once we get the driveway built, we can bring that RV out onto Vitae, park it, and say, hey, even if we have nothing out here, we can come during a weekend, bring our solar panels, bring our batteries, set up, be able to charge our phones, be able to, plug in LED lights and stuff like that, and being able to do all of this. And so, oh gosh, this is very loud. I don't know if it's this loud for you guys, but we're gonna check. Okay, seems like it's not crazy, but yeah, that is a little annoying for me. I'm gonna turn down my own headphones just a smidge there. But so that is a huge part of the idea for me, that we're slowly building to the point where we can stay out on Vitae longer and longer. And so having this stepping stone of the RV built by the bridge of that driveway is incredibly valuable. Again, it is the precipice to a lot that we're building to. And so and again, increasing the value of Vitae. We're talking about increasing the value of the RV. Then we're going to be increasing the value of Vitae by being able to say, hey, we have this driveway now. There's an access point. On top of that, we now have this RV where we can stay out there and start to sleep we could stay out there for a weekend, let's say. So every couple weeks we stay out there for a weekend. We have now increased the amount of time that we're able to go out there from maybe 3 or 4 hours a month to 16, 20 hours a month, something like that. We are radically increasing the amount of time that we can stay out there, and we're doing so in a way that maybe even longer than that, 100 hours a month or something. We're able to continue to increase that slowly over time, to the point where we are set. We have the ability to develop more easily. We have other things that have been built on the land to aid us in that, things that can start to become more permanent structures, things that can actually protect the things that we put out there, because as of right now, another one of our large limitations that you may not think of, if you have an undeveloped property, if you have something that you have been trying to work on and to use, and you don't have anything out there, you probably don't have anything to protect the things that you put out there. So unless you finish building whatever you're building right away, you're going to leave materials out there, and that's likely risk for theft or for exposure to the elements or for animals to come in and damage it. So you need to be really, really careful. And as that happens, and it can even be a liability for you depending on how populous the area you're in is. So the big thought there is that each of these little stepping stones are things that are headaches. They're these problems. You run into something and you go, oh my gosh, I can't believe that. We're so close to this thing, and now this is going to set us back a week, a month, a year. And yet, each of those things seem to be like, pointers, kind of guides in the right direction, in the sense that that's a big thing, that once you overcome it, you're able to take the next step forward. There's a reason that thing is so hard. There's a reason that is stopping you and limiting your progress. It's because it's an important part of what you need to do in order to be able to succeed. It's a requirement. And so us being able to start to push toward these things is, I think, a good sign, a sign that's been a long time coming, and hopefully something that we can capitalize on and really make worthwhile for not just us, but again, for the community, for you guys, for everybody who has supported us for years, and all of the people who have continued to root for what we're trying to do. Real quick, I want to go ahead and read some comments, because we have had people hanging out with us, spending the time, and so let's see what everybody wants to say here. I'm going to zoom my screen in a little bit so I can read, because I'm a blind old man. Seagot says, are you on the Micronations wiki? We are. If you type in the Empire of Aeternia, you should find a micro wiki page. It's not the first link. I think we have our YouTube and our website as maybe the top two links, and then from there you should start to see things like our Instagram and our micro wiki come up. Piscillian Empire says, LOAP, background music. Yep, we sure do have background music. Pueblo Rusvek says, do you have a micronational wiki? Hey, it's good to see you, Pueblo. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate you guys liking the stream and helping to get more people in here. But yes, 100%. We do have that micro wiki. Again, the Empire of Aeternia. Check it out and let us know what you think. We also have a website that I think is pretty cool. It's a Wix site, but we've put a lot of time and effort into it, and are going to be putting a lot of time and effort into it again in just a little while. We've been talking about this stuff all night. We have quite a bit that we're going to be working on for the moment. So our plates are pretty full, but the website is one of the things that's leading up to it. That's one of the things lower on the list that's slowly getting moved up as we check others off. So we are going to be doing a lot, starting with trying to get this RV put out onto Vitae, trying to start to build this driveway. Well, actually, other way around, trying to get the driveway built, trying to put the RV out on Vitae, and continuing to move forward with everything else we've been. Of course, in order to do those things, we need to make money. The quicker that we make money, the quicker that we can build those things. The culvert itself, which is a big pipe that we have to put down into a ditch to make sure that we have proper drainage for the driveway, it's like $500. That's like starting out kind of ideal prices. So we're going to be shopping around a little bit, but if that's the case, if that's the price tag, that ballpark, that's a good bit of saving that we have to do to get to that point, not to mention the gravel that we'll need. We have some out there right now, and of course we found some ways to get that for cheap or for free, but we of course still going to be struggling with things like that. So the more money that we have, of course, the easier it is to pay for gas to drive out there, for all these different expenses we have. It helps us out a lot. So even thinking about all this, we're also focused on, hey, how do we develop more products? How do we start to bring things that are of higher value to our community? And what can we do with the Patreon to make those things better? So in one of our live streams recently, we even talked about the concept of starting videos that are specifically for classes, where somebody could pay, 4 or 5 people pay and sign up for this class, and we focus with those people on their micronations, on their development, and exactly what they hope to see and what they hope to get out of their micronations. And so for a lot of the people who like these live streams, I think this is a great way to go back and forth real quick on your discussions and on your ideas. But when you're talking about a lot bigger stuff, when you're talking about stuff that happens that you really need lots of time and effort and a strategy put together for, that's what I'd like to help with. We've gotten plenty of emails from people, saying, hey, I've been frustrated with this thing, and I don't know if it's going to be the end of my micronation, and I don't know if my community can hold together after this. And people sometimes just need help or need guidance or need even just to be told that what they're doing is normal and that it's okay. But in all those things, if people want that more focused attention, not just, hey, I see you as a commenter and I appreciate you and I'm rooting for you and I'm going to remember, your screen name, and I'm going to, be thinking of you and rooting for you. If you actually want, hey, okay, let's sit down with you as a person. Let's talk through everything that you're dealing with. Let's try to organize that a little bit and get it into a place where you feel confident moving forward by yourself. That's a whole thing that hopefully we can provide value to the community with. If you guys would be willing to pay for something like that, let us know as we continue to grow the channel. We'll try and work it in. But on top of all that, those are the kind of avenues we're looking for. How do we start doing more metals refining? How do we start getting more in touch with the community and what you guys want and need from this? And how do we take the money from that and start to funnel it into all of these projects? It's a long road ahead, but every single day we are working at improving those odds, working at building our audience a little bit more, working at trying to better explain to people what it is that we hope to do and what we've done so far. And each of you guys that have been coming along with us on the journey have immensely helped with that. You've taught us things. You've maybe provided financial support. You have been watching us. And that's huge. To know that you as an individual, say the Empire of Aeternia is a country in the world that is trying to build a home for itself, that is trying to develop its culture, that is trying to become secure economically, and is trying to push for a better way for the world to be, has power. Your opinion, your voice, your ideas, and your support in us help to change everything for us. So thank you. Thank you for making us real, and thank you for making what we're doing validated. Okay. But that all being the case, I think this is kind of the part where you're at a crossroads, right? On the one hand, we have all of these things, this pile that we have to accomplish. On the other side, we have all of these amazing assets, and there's disconnects. As you develop more and more in micronationalism, what I think you're going to find, what we have found, is in fact that there are always more and more and more obstacles. So it's not necessarily that things are just going to start falling into line for you. In fact, I think it's going to be quite the opposite, where every once in a while something kind of works out, but more often than not, you're having a lot of individual struggle. You're having a lot of, there's this one big problem. And then when you complete that and you overcome it, that one big problem opens opportunities which have 4 or 5 problems in and of themselves. And then, you're infinitely opening these cans of worms for yourself. And so if you're a micronational leader, you're doing this to yourself. You're making that decision that, hey, I want to, take on all of these problems and try to solve them and try to figure it out. Good luck. Good luck. It's something that takes time and is something that you have to be really careful about and really think about. So in developing the Empire of Aeternia as a community, I have to talk to different people. I talk to Tiffany all the time. I have started talking to, our citizens online. and asking them, of course, when Stephen has the opportunity, another member of our government, Master Stephen Vince of the House of Treasure, asking him his advice and opinion for years now. He has been an amazing help. Even getting into newcomers like Joey, people who have started to put an effort locally here and are, asking questions about what it is that we're doing and why it is that we're trying to do it. Even just people that we're, extending that out to. That's big, hearing people's opinions and understanding what it is that they want. So we're doing it. We're doing it, and the biggest things that we have to look forward to are trying to set up those building blocks for Vitae. The more time we can spend out there, of course, the more we have going for us. But the more money that we have coming in, the quicker we can get out there and the more sustainably we can stay out there. So each of these building blocks, all of these hundreds of problems, once we get one cleared, it gives us a little heads up to sort of improve on the other ones. It gives us a little bit of boost, an extra tool in our tool set to be able to tackle these other problems. So then, of course, you're dealing with more and more problems. That's society, that's life, but we're also providing more and more value. And hopefully, as you guys see us develop, if you feel like we provide something of value, maybe we hit the nail on something that you wanted, people who, we're learning about ads. If you are somebody who wants to become a part of Aeternia, let's say, if you're somebody who feels like we've hit the nail on the head on something you're trying to do with your nation, if you're somebody who wants to niche down maybe, and, you have this idea for this nation that may have a really specific focus, climate change, homelessness, social safety nets, any of these ideas individually, if that's your passion, if that's what you want to focus on, science education, global warming, we already said climate change, plenty of things like that, food insecurity, childhood poverty, if those are things, medical care, if those are things that are important to you, and those are things that you want to push for in the world, and those are the things you want to fight against, we're in the same boat. We're on the same team. So whether that's as individual micronations or whether you decide you want to be a part of the Empire of Aeternia and see what life is like, we want to help. We want to know what we can do, because the closer that we can come to each other, the more that we can all act like one cohesive community, and the more that we can actually become one cohesive community, the more impact we have on other people's lives outside of that community. That's how micronations stop becoming as niche. That's how micronations start to, branch out and start to become something that not just, is viewed as something that's helpful but kind of quirky, something that really, really makes change and really is an integral part of people's lives. The only way to do that is to come together and to make that change in people's lives. So, again, we're one small nation pushing for that. We're not doing it alone, not at all. But we know there's people out there just like you who are saying, I have so much that I want to do and I have so much that I want to develop. And so that helps us a lot, hearing your ideas and your support. So please keep it coming. Please just, as much as you can, keep pushing for those ideas and what you believe in, because one way or another, we'll find our way to each other. If you have an idea for something that you think we could collaborate on, let us know. If there's something that you feel like needs attention drawn to that we should talk about, let us know. And if you feel like there's something that we can do for you, let us know. Cool deal. Alright, let me jump back into some of these comments. Ooh, we being slow in the comments. If anybody does have any comments, hit us up. Let us know what's going on. I know it's kind of late, so we're missing a good fraction of the live streaming audience here. Hey, I appreciate people playing with the hearts with me. I do like doing that. When you guys are hanging out in the live chat, I'm always giving the hearts and the faces and stuff. Yeah, you guys are awesome. I appreciate y'all. but yeah, talk to us. Let us know what's going on. Again, I kind of want to jump into the Discord. I might actually change that over as a part of the stream for a moment. If you guys will humor me, I will try to jump in on that. Also, thank you guys for 4 viewers. Again, the more that you guys like the video, the more that you like help out to grow it and to get more people watching. So I appreciate it. But tonight is a little bit of a slow one. Let's see. Let's jump in on the Discord. If I set up can I specifically get it to do Discord? Is that possible? Discord. Yep, there we go. Hey, awesome. Okay, cool deal. Is that taking over the whole screen? Now it is. Astounding. Well, that's not what I wanted to do. Nope. Window capture, please. Wrong window cap? Okay. Sorry for the headache there, guys. Hey, okay. Think I'm getting them. Slowly but surely. Let's pull that guy up to... yeah, about there. See how this goes. Ooh. There we go. Now I'm going to shrink this guy. Give me just 1 second, everybody. And we will be back in the saddle here. What I want to do is hang out and read some stuff on Discord while we're chilling. I want to try to bring Discord more into the conversation. We have been a lot of the time trying to actually do that in our previous streaming. Again, you know, spending a long time, years building up our live streaming audience, and so now that we're like jumping back into it, it's cool to be able to have the Discord up and to see what everybody's been talking about. So I'm gonna try to do that in a way that's the least annoying possible for you guys viewing. So let me know if things are way too small or way too weird or whatever. I'm gonna throw that guy maybe up there. See how that works. Okay. And then, hey, hold up. Unity jumped in and said, turning into a confederation is because we are trying to open up. Hey, very cool. So the Republic of Unity is actually going to become the Confederation of Unity. That's cool. So is it going to be where you're inviting other micronations to become a part of this confederation, and then you're all going to be working together and voting to achieve things? Like, you're doing essentially an expansion of your republic that says, hey, not only does our republic itself in Unity vote, but also all of these different micronations inside us are individual nations themselves, but can vote in this larger governmental structure. Am I understanding correctly? Also, and says yes. Very cool. Hey, awesome. I'm glad to hear that. That's very admirable. That's a great way to go about it, and I wish you luck. I would say, again, that's what we're trying to do from a little bit of a different perspective. Of course, we're not developing a confederation, but we're trying to get other micronations to join us. We want people not to be so focused on we are the nation of this or we are the nation of that, but hey, if you have these ideas, if you have these things that you feel like are great and are amazing and things that could help out so much, but people aren't listening to you, you feel like you don't have as much of a platform to develop those ideas, become an Aeternian. Become an Aeternian. We want to invest in you. We want to see you succeed. We want to see things do well. We believe in so many people in this community. Become an Aeternian. That's what we're really pushing for. Sicilian Empire, hey, says that sounds like what we did with Piscicilli. Piscicilli. Let's see. Okay. Piscicilli said we formed it with Soft, Plump, and Swish. Hey, very cool. Those are interesting names. Are those micronations as well? This is like an interesting conversation. Unity says open to more than just Republicans. It's open to all government types. Very cool. No, I was just saying, like, you're expanding effectively like a republic. Well, because I guess it's not necessarily a republic. Yeah, the Confederation would be different. I see what you're saying. I get you. Okay. So that being the case, I said I was going to jump on Discord, and then I didn't. Let's go ahead and see what's up with everybody. First off, insane. Oh, is King Carminate talking about Minecraft server stuff? Yeah, okay, hold up. I do want to bring this up because this is interesting for the live streams as well as for you guys participating. Again, if you want to start to participate in the chat, definitely hit us up. But this is very cool. As of today, as of yesterday, King Carminate of Arcovia actually reaching out to us and letting us know about plans for development of an Aeternian Minecraft server. So King Carminate had actually talked to us about them having server space and wondering if we wanted to host our Minecraft server there. At the time, because we had been dealing with so much and not able to access the internet too well, we just didn't see a reason, so they ended up developing it for other things. But now we've started working again on it and have done a lot of things that we needed to on our side to prep their stuff and get them everything they needed to develop it. So now it's in their hands and they've started to run with it, and it sounds like we have some updates. So I wanted to go ahead and read off some of these and see if we can't jump in on them a little bit. But I am getting concerned that we can't like super zoom. Let me see how this is doing. Is it even smaller? Oh, it is. It's so baby. Oh, goodness. Sorry, everybody. I imagine you can't read this for absolutely anything. Let me see if I can't open it up just a little bit. I would really love to be able to, like, just crop out that section of the chat and actually blow it up. Let me mess with this. Hang on, guys. Okay. It sucks that you can't zoom in. Oh well, I'll just read it off real fast. Emperor AP, here are some Minecraft server updates so far. Currently, I have installed the following plugins: Chest Shop, Core Protect, all these different things. Currency, Essentials X. Hey, very cool. Jobs, Luck Perms, Medieval Factions, Townie, Vault, World Edit, World Guard. Via backwards. I plan to add more soon. I just bought the upgraded hardware. The server will be upgraded to the following specs. Hey, very cool. After hardware upgrades, I finally had the Aeternia Minecraft server running with the plugins. Hey, so we have it starting to develop. At this time, I need anyone that has the latest version of Java Minecraft and that would like to help out. Please let me know. I will be working on permissions and groups next couple of days. Very cool. Manu says, I really hope I can get the game very soon. Nice. Manu as well. Oh, that's one of the people I didn't mention when I was talking about citizens. Manu jumping in and helping us out. Manu is one of our Discord mods and is also a citizen of the Empire of Aeternia. So absolutely incredible. I actually need to like do something about that in a minute, but just thanking Manu. Like there's a whole thing that I've been wanting to do. Anyway, sidetrack stuff. King Ronald says, that would be awesome. It will be nice to have help and someone to play with. I'm currently not sure what all group ranks I should create. At the moment, I have created the following ranks: Visitor, Citizen, Ambassador, VIP, Mod, Senior Mod, Mayor, Architect, Developer, Founder. I found the mod that I really like. It would bring so much into the game, weapons, vehicles, so much more. The mod is called Flans Mod. Very cool. Thywinkia said, Flans Mod is a great one. King Carminate said, I agree. Very cool. Okay, so it sounds like everybody is really enjoying it, hanging out and actually developing the server. I don't know why I put this. I put the thing in the wrong thing. Oh goodness. I put the ad for our live stream in the wrong chat. So my apologies. If anybody was trying to get in on that and jump into the live stream and you didn't see it because it was in the Minecraft server update section of the Discord instead of the general, my apologies. But anyway, real quick, let me jump back into some comments from everybody. Republic of Unity said open to more than just Republicans. It's open to all government types. Pacillion Empire says, yeah, we're trying to get the RIA in Pacilli. What is the RIA? Hit us up. Let us know what it's all about. First off, thank you guys for 5 viewers. I appreciate you all supporting us. And again, liking the video, helping us to continue to grow the stream. Even liking the video right now can help with views 10 days later. It really does help to try and boost and spike up the amount of support that the video gets. And so then YouTube goes, oh, I guess we should share this with more people. So I appreciate it, guys. But that's really what I wanted to focus on, is just giving you guys a ton of updates, as much as we can, about not only what we have been doing, how we're trying to get out to Vitae, but also how we're trying to grow the Empire here online for you guys right now. You know, how can you engage more and interact more with the Empire? So this is a part of it, you know, developing this Minecraft server, having more of these live streams, having, of course, better quality for these live streams with everything we're doing. It's huge. It really is. So give me just 1 second, guys. Let me check the battery on my camera before it just unexpectedly shuts off on us, and we will keep rocking and rolling. But again, I'm going to shameless plug Patreon, link in the description. It means a lot if you decide to help us. You get early access to tomorrow's video. Excuse me. It looks like somehow we're managing to survive, which is awesome. We have been on the stream for a little over an hour now, and my battery's still surviving, which is great. I'm hoping that the cord that I use to charge it, that I use to connect, is actually charging it. But we will have to see. Unity says all micronations joining. All micronations which join us will keep their sovereignty and territorial rights. Very cool. Yeah, so that confederation is, you know, individual autonomous nations that are coming together to vote on things. I will say I'm curious as to how you handle it, because a lot of micronational organizations have the same game plan, but always run into some struggles. And again, as we talked about, you know, these issues that people run into are usually signs they're headed in the right direction, in the sense that, you know, once you can overcome them, there's great room for improvement and development. But one of the biggest problems that people have run into with creating micronational organizations, or confederations of micronations in your case, is that micronations tend to have very little time to dedicate to their own development. So this is why in the Empire of Aeternia we have stated that we want people who join Aeternia to only have a micronational citizenship in Aeternia. So that means you can have a citizenship in the US and in Spain and in Germany and in France and all these different places, and in Cambodia, and that's all well and good. And you can also have an Aeternian citizenship. But you can't have a Molossian citizenship and an Aeternian citizenship, because a lot of the time, people who are working on developing micronations, whether it's their own micronation or being a citizen of another one, don't have a ton of time to dedicate to it. That micronation probably isn't paying their bills, probably isn't providing them with a job, probably isn't the main source of community in their life. So that being the case, of course, you know, they're doing other things with their time, and micronationalism tends to be a small sliver of that time. Only the most truly insanely dedicated people are putting into it, and a lot of the time that's for their own nations. So that being the case, in Aeternia, the way we see it is the more that you are focused on other nations, the less time that you have to develop Aeternia, which sucks for us, because while you may be pursuing that micronation that you're focused on and you're keen on, we're trying to develop the same for Aeternia. So the more that we can take people's great ideas and use them in Aeternia, the better we can make Aeternia, which means the more opportunities for those people who are here. And so we've said that rule, you know, if you want to be an Aeternian citizen, that is the only citizenship you can have micronationally. Now, that being the case, organizations have the exact same issue, where they are having trouble because, you know, if you're developing the Republic of Unity and you say, hey, we're in the Republic of Unity, but there's also this larger confederation, which is called something else. It sounds like to you, you are creating the confederation as the Republic of Unity, that the Republic of Unity is developing and taking on the body of the confederation. But let's say you called it something else, and the Republic of Unity is just one state in this confederation. Then as that confederation develops, how much time can Unity spend on not just its own development, which it has to spend a lot of time in order to continue to grow and take care of its citizens, but also this larger confederation? How much time are you going to dedicate to the confederation over your own society? Because your own society, the more you develop it, the more valuable a member of the confederation you are. But the more you develop the confederation, the more value you get as an individual member of it. So, which encourages other people to be a part of it. In order for the confederation to be valuable, people have to be putting a lot of time and effort into it. But if they're putting a lot of time and effort into it, then they may not have a lot of time and effort for their own nations. And generally, the track record is that people focus on their own nations first. This happens time and time again, and again is the reason why Aeternia focuses on one micronational citizenship policies, where we set that standard so that way there's no confusion. That people who really want to develop Aeternia, that's their focus, that's their push, that's what we do. And we try to do it well. So I'm curious to see how Unity tackles that. Again, hard problem. A lot of micronations have tried to tackle it. It is just the lack of time that the members of these organizations can dedicate. And so I'm curious to see how you decide to handle it. And I wish you luck on it. I think it can be done well. I have seen so many eager to tackle that problem, and then they hit burnout, and it's tough. Gotcha. Ooh, okay, so this is interesting. Unity brought up a good point. Pycelian Empire said same. Unity said, we will only meet at that level once a year. At the community level, our community will meet once a month or as needed. Interesting. And first off, Sheepland joined us. Good to see you, Sheepland. Thank you for hanging out. We got Sheepland in the chat. Ooh, we got 3 likes as well. I see you guys out here supporting us. We got Sheepland. I'm going to go ahead and give you a heart, Sheepland, and a cool little party thing as well. But yeah, Unity brought up an excellent point, which is, hey, well, if we're not meeting a ton, then that doesn't necessarily matter. They're saying, if I understand you, Unity, that you are developing your individual societies first, and that is the primary goal. That is the idea. You're doing that, and then once a year, you are developing this organization. So every year there is a step that the organization can grow. Which is a smart way to do it. You're not putting a ton of pressure on the growth of the organization. You're letting it do it naturally. However far we've developed in a year, that's what we do at that meeting. Whatever we haven't, is unimportant. That's a good way to go. That's a very stable way to go. I will say I'm curious as to how well it develops over the first few years, because that one may be very exciting for people. People may go, ooh, very low pressure, very easy to join, very supportive community. I'm in, I'm set. And then you have this big base of people, so that maybe in your first year or 2 years, you go off and you start strong. You say, hey, look, we gained all these members right away. This is incredible. We have so much support now. We're able to do a big thing for our very first year, or after 3 years or whatever. But if there is a slow growth to that, you could run into the issue where, 100 meetings would be 100 years, right? So how much can you accomplish in 100 meetings? That if you were 1 year old today, kind of the max end of what you could expect to reach in your lifetime would be 100 years. So more than likely less. People average live 80, 90 years. And so with good quality health care and, regular checkups and, apple a day, that sort of thing. But even still, 100 meetings would go by quick, I would say. So I'm curious as to see how your confederation handles it and how massive a Hulk smash each one is going to be, because it'll be this huge party. It sounds like this thing where you have all of these people coming together who only saw each other the last year. So then they're all coming together and saying, hey, this is what our nation's been to in the whole year. This is how we've developed, and you're putting all your resources together, and you're planning for that, and then you're pushing forward to the next one. That's really cool, and I wish you guys luck. Spectre joined and said, greetings from the kingdom of North Star of America. The king wishes you well. Pray for him as he's in recovery. Oh, goodness. Good to see you, Spectre. Thank you for supporting us. Greetings to the kingdom of the North Star of America. We wish you very well, and I hope to see you all again soon. I do wish for the king's very speedy recovery. That's rough that they are in recovery, and I hope to see them potentially on one of our live streams soon. At very least to follow social media in some way to see that they have recovered successfully. That being the case, I appreciate you being here and continuing to support our community despite the support that yours needs, it sounds. Anytime you have the leader of a nation in recovery and dealing with something, that's a struggle. That's scary for the nation, if somebody tries to, hurt the president or something in the U.S., people are tense. It's a national moment of stillness, of shock, and rightfully so. So I'm sure for your nation, this is a hard time, and I wish you all luck. And I hope for the king's speedy recovery. Pabolo Rusvek says, the Shakar Republic actually just adopted a new constitution. Oh, okay. So we now know that Pueblo is from the Shakar Republic. Can you tell us a little bit more about their new constitution? That sounds interesting. And also, what does the new constitution bring that the old one did? Do you feel like there's going to be a major improvement for the life of every citizen every day now that they come in? Whether that's, people who have been a part of the Shakar Republic for years, whether that's, or however long it's existed, or whether that's somebody who's brand new starting today. What's the impact? Piscillian Empire says, hopefully your king recovers soon. We also just got the IRA to join us. Our RIA, goodness, to join us. What is the RIA? Did you ever answer this? The RIA is another micronation that we have a strong connection with. Hey, congratulations. I'm glad you guys are building up your empire. That's amazing. Spectre says, thank you. I'll make sure to tell him. Absolutely. I wish you luck. Also, if you can, like the video. That way, in case you have to head out, you still have ample opportunity to help us grow this stream and push forward information for new generations of micronations. There was a lot of rhyming for that one little moment. Oh, wow. We can watch all the things. Cool deal. What I'm going to do as well, first off, thank you guys for hanging out with us. We've been going for about an hour and 22 minutes, and we have 6 viewers right now. That does mean a lot. I do want to keep checking in on the battery of the camera every once in a while. Still looks like we're doing okay, but not great. I want to keep checking in on that because at any point the camera could mess up, and then we would be almost done with the stream. It would be an audio only stream as I tell you guys goodbye. But we're going to keep hanging out. We're not going anywhere just yet because I have a few more things I wanted to talk about. And it seems like we're having people jump in. So again, thank you guys for liking and hopping in. Piscillian Empire says, AP Dr. Sushriman. I sure am. You haven't seen me rap, I don't think, Piscilli. Or at least you haven't been here since I've done any of my previous rapping live streams. We also have a music video that came out a while back on the Empire of Aeternia channel that honestly wasn't great, but it was pretty interesting and fun, where I recorded some music and we put something together, a micronational music video, and we may be having another one drop here soon with the Sultan of Slowjamistan himself. So get ready for that collaboration at some point. This is not something that's dropping tomorrow. It will be a ways out, but it's in the works as of the moment. Thanks to their awesome response to our previous video, asking them for that fresh verse. So we brought the fire, they brought the fire. Hopefully you guys will get to see that soon. But also, I'm just halfway decent at freestyling. So if you guys ever want to come on a stream for that purpose, if you guys want to jam and I can do some freestyling, let me know, because I have fun with it. I always like to do it, but a lot of the time this platform isn't exactly what people want to see from that. But when we're doing these longer streams like this, if somebody is watching it for their own educational purposes, I feel like at a certain point, if you're hanging out for the 2 hour mark of the stream, I appreciate you. You are awesome. But also, I hope you're enjoying just experiencing who we are as Eternians as people. That's also been a big part of advancing the channel and trying to grow our community is showcasing the other people who make it up. Emperor Von Doom of Draconia and his wife Empress Alicia, amazing people who are helping our community and are an avid, very dedicated part of our community, despite running their own micronations. So they are not citizens of the Empire of Aeternia, but they are incredibly helpful, just as much so as some of our citizens. So absolutely thankful to them. Same thing with King Ronald Carminate and Queen Christy Carminate of Arcovia. Again, neighbors to us relatively. Wonderful, wonderful friends. Just people who are very genuine and who have supported our community for a long time. And so you guys are a part of that as well. You are now a part of the Eternian community, and we appreciate you, and you're helping us to grow by watching these videos and liking them. And so if you want to see something cool, if you want us to hang out and chill and rap, we can definitely do that. First off, Piscillian Empire says AP rapping is very educational. I appreciate it, and I'm glad you think that I'm rhyming and that is educational. It's a little sensational, but wait, oh my goodness, man, I can't feel the bass until, stopped on the beat, moving on my feet, and I'm trying to get it better. I've been feeling like I'm needing a sweater. It's getting chilly. Oh my goodness, I'm trying to find it, but I can't because I have a kind of messy room and I should probably clean it pretty soon. Don't know what to do. Gonna live stream for a bit and then see you a little later. Very, very corny AP rapping. Not the best of AP's rapping, but AP trying to do some rapping. Appreciate you guys. Piscillian Empire, you are great for supporting me in my silliness. I appreciate you, and this sip goes out to all Piscillians. Astounding. I definitely appreciate you guys being here. It means a lot. I do have fun with you guys. You know, as much as this is work to some degree, as much as it is, you know, trying to set up these things and improve them and work on them. You guys are cool. You guys are cool. Thank you for being here and chilling with us. Especially because, like, this is what I want to do with our citizens as we develop more. People have lives, people have stuff that they need to do, obviously, but I want Aeternia and its community to feel really close and to have the opportunity where, even though we'll each have our own individual schedules and lives and be running around and doing stuff, if you go to Vitae, you will always find people hanging out and enjoying themselves. You will always have some people who are on a break, who are walking to each other's houses, who are talking, hanging out. You'll always have somebody maybe who's outside selling snacks and doing stuff like that, and, you know, cooking something up, grilling. You may have some people who are tending to gardens and doing stuff like that, but all outside having fun, enjoying it, or if they have to be inside, all hanging out and partying and having fun while the work is going on. You know, there is ample time for play just as much as there is for work, and that we are able to really come together culturally. So you guys are teaching me things about that, and you're helping me to become, I think, a better leader in those aspects. A great quote is leadership leaders are made, they're not born, and I think that's very true, and I think it's something that can be in a lot of surprising ways. Building leadership qualities, I think, is a lot about just understanding people and trying to empathize with people and trying to support them. And so having fun like this with you guys teaches me a lot about myself and a lot about other people. So thank you guys. Teaches me a lot about y'all. Pueblo Roosevelt says, oh, also the Shakar Republic held its national elections. Everyone stayed in their position. We added one new person to our lower house of parliament. Congratulations to that new person. I will say that is something that we hear about every once in a while, where for small micronations, there is drama because you will have, you know, maybe two people running for an election for one seat in a micronation of 6 people. So everybody else has a government position. And this one person, these two people are new and are trying to vie for the last governmental position, and it ends up going one way, and then the other person is upset about it and feels like, oh well, the margins were so small. Why didn't I win? Obviously, there was some group issue with me or something. It's really cool to see you guys being so inclusive and bringing new people in as a part of your government. That's great. Again, a lot of small micronations struggle with stuff like that. And they just say, oh, well, good luck, to whoever's doing whatever. It sounds like you guys are not only voting people in, doing it democratically, but you're also trying to be inclusive of people. It sounds like this person may be somebody who's fairly new in the nation, and it's awesome that you guys are saying, hey, let's find you a spot. Let's see what you want to do and how we make that happen. Absolutely incredible. I am going to quiet this one down just a little bit because it's bumping in my headphones. Oh my goodness, let's go. Oh my goodness, why we trying to do it like it's techno, but it's not. This is lo-fi. Fidelity is so low, but I be chilling so high with a smile, hanging out with you guys, feeling like $1,000,000. I'm doing it all by myself, pulling trucks, trying to get them out to Vite. We be doing it real big, and we doing it so someone could say, that's my home, that's my house, those my people, those my spouse, supportive of marriage. Don't know where I'm going with this rap. I think that's enough rap for me tonight, being too silly. Bye, silly. You're my favorite. I appreciate you supporting me. You're the only one going hard in the comments for me. I love you. Thank you so much. Bye, silly says AP album win. I'm chilling on it. I actually did when I was younger, and I did more like really trying to get into the rap stuff. I say really trying to I never really tried to get into it, but doing more music, creating more music. I did put out like little EPs and stuff, like a few songs here, a few songs there. So you can go check stuff like that out. I have a rap channel called Winslow, Winzlow, that doesn't have like a picture of it. Has like a picture of one of my like little EP designs that I made as the cover, but it is as the emblem for the YouTube channel, but it is me rapping and doing stuff. I think you may be able to find it actually in the like supported channels for this channel. If you go onto our channel, our YouTube channel, the Empire of Aeternia, and you go through, I think like the allies section, one of them is just my old rap YouTube channel. Haven't really posted stuff in a minute, but I'm glad to be incorporating more of it into Aeternia. It's very cool. Pueblo says, actually, it's a longer time person. Any new people in government, we try to steer toward a smaller role to get some experience in how everything works. Makes sense. So this is an entirely different thing than I was imagining. You're saying this is like someone's growing into of a role. This is something they may have been pushing for a long time. This is something that they've really earned. That's incredible. Astwania says hi. Hey, how you doing, Astwania? Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. I know you've been in a few of the streams and have been hanging out with us recently. I appreciate you a ton. I'm going to give you a whole bunch of hearts right there. And I'm going to hang out. Again, we have 5 viewers right now, 4 likes. Thank you guys for liking. Tiffany just threw moon dust in front of the camera. I imagine we will find out. Hey, Tiff, Moondust chilling is super lag, super behind. But I'm going to be petting this little scruffy boy. If you guys haven't met Moondust yet, for any of you newcomers here on the channel, this is Moondust. He is an adorable little kitty cat. He's Tiff's kitty cat. He is super well behaved. He's a very chill boy. We've actually done some videos with him. If you go back and watch old Aeternia YouTube videos, we have put him in some of our videos. But he is an absolute sweetheart, and he's chilling with us.
Where he screams at me, because I'm sure the internet will love it. Yeah, it's not a bad scream. He's just screaming at me because he wants to go outside. So he's telling me he wants out the door. He wants me to follow him. So he starts like screaming at me to get my attention.
He does. It's like the long cry meows.
Yeah.
It is. It's really crazy.
He just starts. What is it? How Starts elongating his meows.
I want to go see.
Getting louder.
Oh no, there was where Tiffany brought Moondust into frame. We're trying to find the part where she actually brings him into frame, but this was
I want to see it at his whole face.
Tiffany's trying to do some detective work on the stream. hmm He's being a silly boy. One of the good things about this setup, I can't do it too much because we have like a small wire connected, but as soon as I can get like a longer extension wire for this camera, we can actually pan the camera around for our setup. So this will be nice. Or we can do cool stuff. There it is. There it is. Yep, you got him. You got little Mooney boy. It did. It was very cute. I loved it. It definitely was a Moondust attack. You killed it, Tiff. What's up? Oh, that is true. One thing, I might be jumping off here in just one moment, guys, because that's true. I might record it for a short, or for you guys maybe on the Patreon. If you guys are hitting up our Patreon, we have to go carve a pumpkin. Tiffany has been trying to absolutely kill a project for school and for work, and she's been doing great at both of them. And so that being the case, we didn't have much of a Halloween. Tiffany was like super busy during Halloween, and so we just didn't have time to do a lot. So now we have her a pumpkin. Yeah, we got a big pumpkin on Halloween, or day before Halloween, and then wasn't able to carve it. And now we're going to go carve it. So we will be having our late Halloween. It seems like people have enjoyed the stream so far. I appreciate you guys who have stuck around and hung out and talked to us about all sorts of things tonight, especially about the development of Aeternia and Vitae. So I appreciate you guys. As always, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys in the next video. I'm hoping for another live stream here pretty quickly, but we have a few things stacking up for edited videos and collaborations and stuff like that. So
much backlog videos that've never been posted.
That is true. That is true. I hit myself with the mic. That is true. There's so much stuff that we haven't done that I've tried to put into like newer videos. So I'll take old content and add it in as a part of a larger extended part of this newer content. But yes, ton of stuff, and we're slowly building it up. So I will see you guys soon. Do you know the outro to?
Oh, yeah, I was hearing Shay Shay down the hall.
She was hearing Shay Shay the cat down the hall.
Yeah.
What is it?
Into frame.
Oh goodness.
If I can't get into frame, okay.
I'm pulling a whole
Is
Santa
that-
Claus.
Is that in frame?
Oh gosh.
Yes, that's in frame. Okay.
We're doing it together, or are you doing it?
AP's a goober.
Yeah, she got it. Guys, she did it. That's
No,
our whole
Aeternia forever.
Hey, Aeternia forever. Alright, I will catch you guys later. Again, thank you so much, everybody. If you can check out our Patreon, if you can check out our Etsy, again, link in the description. Even if you just want to give us some support for specifically the driveway, we have a Ko-Fi page where you can do that. All of it links in the description. I would be very careful with that. It's tight. Like, it's very tight. I wouldn't do that. It won't work. It won't work. Look at how tight this thing is. It's not. Tiff, I'm telling you, it's not gonna. Oh gosh. Okay, Tiffany wants to pan the camera. Okay, do it. Cause you turn it. You gotta pull it. Wait, what are you doing? No, don't take it off. Don't take it off. What are you doing? No. She's trying to. Just do this. Okay, turn it. What are you doing? Oh gosh. Let me check to see if you're on him. Not. Oh, now you're on him. Yep. Okay. There you go. That's Moondust, everybody. Hey, Tiffany wanted to end the live stream with Moondust, so this is Moondust. Oh goodness, the battery's literally about to die on the camera. So good timing anyway. But Tiff's down there doing a final. Wait, that's cute. Wait, no, you need the mic though.
Eternia forever.
Eternia for everybody. Eternia forever, everybody. You guys heard it here first. I appreciate you guys, and we will see you all soon. Eternia forever. Peace, guys.